What's up, guys? It's Jamey-Lyn here with a full event reaction and recap to UFC Atlanta, Usman vs. Buckley. Let's get right back into that main event. Back into it. I don't know what I'm saying, but this was a great main event. Still has it. Usman is back in prime condition. Not prime condition, of course, because there were some sketchy moments. Hairy moments in the third, hairy moments in the fifth. Let's break this full fight down, though. Usman getting the unanimous decision. 49-46, 49-46, 48-47. Rounds 1, 2, and 4 were mostly the same. They were Usman feeling it out, landing a nice body kick at range here and there, working off his jab, playing it all safe, and then Buckley would come crashing in with some good just lunging knees. They were the good old flying knees to the body from UFC 2. Some great uppercuts in the clinch. There were great game planning by Buckley on the feet, but the takedowns from Usman through rounds 1 and round 4 felt undeniable. Once it hit that 2 minutes, it was just crafty Usman hitting 2 minutes and 30 seconds. Okay, left it kind of easy on the feet, or left it kind of even on the feet. Sorry, time to go for a takedown and just secure the round. And he did it 4 rounds straight. Round 1, the strikes were 41-1 and 7-0 in significant strikes. So not much in crazy damage, but Usman was landing these big. They were. Half of them were guarded, but some solid elbows here and there. Cut up Buckley's eye in the first. Perfect. Because when you cut up someone's eye in the first, the rules are visible damage shown in the round will be scored. But you know, these fucking dumbass judges, there's so much blood. Even if it's a close round like the third, they're gonna throw it to Usman because they see more blood coming from Buckley. Like they don't know what they're seeing half the time. But round 2 happens. More of the same. Usman using great head positioning on the ground. I was talking about this fight when it would get sketchy for Usman. I thought he would be working in the clinch, get Buckley against the fence. Buckley did a good job of not staying anywhere near the clinch. He was either on the ground and fully taken down or not grappling at all. There was barely any clinch work that happened, but a lot still took place against the fence, and that's where Usman's head positioning was working amazing. He did a great job. Round 3 was a lot closer. You're seeing the significant strikes. Buckley landed more and bigger significant strikes too. Usman still got the takedown around the 2-minute mark and controlled him and kind of swayed the judges back with volume over power, but I think Buckley could have stole it. Pretty close round though. Could have easily gone to Usman. I'm not taking any hard side on this, but Usman also did such a good job of jumping between half and full guard and sometimes top mount, but that top mount was more just having the Dagestani leg iron and pinning him down, and a lot of it was more positional control. And when he felt comfortable and safe in the positions to throw, then he would posture up and not overcommit to ground and pound. So he just did a good job of staying consistent on the ground is more of what I'm saying. A lot of it was more leg control. His upper body was more focused on damage, while his legs and his waist were controlling the positions of the ground game. And in round 5, Conor was like, to Buckley, I don't need you to go atomic, but you need to lock the hell in change your levels when your back's against the fence. And he did a good job of keeping his back away from the fence most of this round. That's where a lot of the success came in. Fighting to stay stay standing. Because when Buckley was getting taken down, he wasn't getting up. He could not afford a single takedown. And he defended it. But it's the 5th round. You're down 4 rounds. Usman can play it as safe as you want. And he was just FNAF jump scaring Joaquin Buckley's legs. Open takedown after open takedown. Barely any setup. He was pretty desperate. But 5th round of a guy who's lost 3 times. And you saw after the 5th round, by the way, Buckley did an amazing job of landing good hooks, blitzing with nice uppercuts in the clinch over and over. And when they became too readable, switching them to hooks over the top. Got caught with a jab here or there. Little kick to the body, stuff like that. But Buckley was in pretty safe control this round, but when it was time to pull the trigger the last 20 seconds, Usman just stayed evading. There was nothing Buckley was really doing in that last bit where it was scary. Most of the damage from Buckley was coming for the first 3 to 4 minutes of this round. But after that decision was read, you saw the pressure off Usman's shoulder. It was so nice to see that. It was, bruh, got what he needed. And I don't know if you guys have seen that one interview Usman after the Chimaev loss where he was like, you lose and I've lost and I've lost again, and I just don't know if I don't know what it feels like to win anymore. It was such an honest and deep look into Usman as a character. It was like, damn, we see these guys fighting sport all the time and I want you dead, and you see this human side of it and you're like, Damn, I was a little too rude to this guy. And you see how good he was during his title reign. And seeing a pressure relieved off a man's shoulders like that is just a very heartwarming moment to feel. It's very beautiful, very soul touching, but just a solid all around win for Kamaru Usman. And fuck it, but he is a big name. He was the second great. He still is the second greatest welterweight of all time. Amazing one-liner he dropped at the end. I was and I forever will be the boogeyman of this division. And fuck it. I mean, he got enough of a promo. Let him fight Islam or JDM, whoever the winner is. Does he get pieced up by both? Definitely. I think he loses to JDM. The Islam fight I can see being a bit closer. Excuse my gassiness, but solid win for Kamaru Usman. Joaquin Buckley got to go back to the drawing board. Was a little shameful that he couldn't get up from a single takedown, but you saw Usman was a lot bigger than him. Imposing his will. Oh, yeah, he did a lot of that. A lot of imposing his will all over Joaquin Buckley. That sounds a little weird, but, I mean, just solid win. Joaquin Buckley's going to come back a monster from this fight. Now, let's speed run the rest of this awful main card. The prelims, there are some prospects to talk about, but holy, it was bad. See, now, I'm going to go over this fight round by round really quickly. That was scored a knockdown. So, you saw Miranda Maverick stand up in the third round. She was a little peg leg pirate. I'm not sure if that was really a knockdown. She got lightly brushed with the jab and then fell over her own leg sideways. Recovered instantly. She might have just been hurt to the leg, and so she clearly lost the third. So you can score this 1-0 so far for Rose Namajunas. Okay. Stand back on that. She dropped her. Unsure about that result, but had the bigger moments, controlled on the ground mostly. Round 2 happens. Better submission. So Rose spends most of the time on top position, threatens a rear naked choke here and there a bit, landed a solid takedown. But then, last minute of the round, or last minute and a half, gets reversed, almost submitted with an arm triangle, a lot deeper of submission, then gets hit with ground and pound on the back position. Hook, over and over again. I think it seals around. I think it's enough damage. Damage-based scoring. But who gives a shit in women's MMA? They don't pay attention. Round 1. Not completely even. Very close round. Complete coin flip round. I thought Miranda Maverick had the bigger moments. But you can understand it going either way, right? Now, how the fuck was this a 30-27? Like, well, I picked Rose, and I went 9-3 on picks on this card. I'm very, very proud of how I did. As I always am. I'm so good on my picks, but 30-27, 30-27. There were some really close fights on the card tonight, and it was just unanimous scoring constantly. It was like, oh, not a split, not a single one. I don't want to talk about this fight anymore, though, because most of the time, it was just shit in WMMA. So we'll move on. Oh, to another lackluster, kind of boring fight. So, I mean, not much damage, totally done. I didn't even break down technique what was going on, and I'm not going to. I'm going to on this one a bit more. Petroski was fighting a lot on the outside against a guy like Edmen Shahbazyan, which was a pretty risky thing to do. I'm going to talk about this fight overall more, which was a pretty risky thing to do. The takedowns he was landing in this fight, he got 0 control time, 0 damage, and 0 submission attempts from. They were completely useless. Significant strikes, 53-34. You could tell it was more unanimous by Edmen. Edmen dropped him, and I think broke Andre Petroski's arm in the third. Got hit with a kick, held his arm instantly, hit with a kick to the body again, dropped pretty bad. Edmen Shahbazyan's body kick was the main weapon he had. You could see in the first 2 rounds he was landing it, but he wasn't as focused as he was trying to pick bigger headshots and look for the big, not that he was so driven to get the big flashy knockout. He was very much composed, but he wasn't overly searching for the body kick. But then in the third round, he felt it coming on. Body kick after body kick was coming. Andre saw the body kick, but every time he would reach for it way too late, it would already be snuck under his elbows, but folded over. They were just hurting him over and over again. And Edmen would sneak in little hooks to the body here and there. Solid win from Edmen, but he doesn't prove much to what we have thought of him as before. And honestly, it makes you think of him almost lesser, because I thought this was going to be a finish. But then again, maybe Andre Petroski's overlooked a bit because he knocked himself out like an idiot one time. Let me throw my neck into a double leg and knock myself out. And then proceed to be pretty safe on the feet with Edmen Shahbazyan. It's weird to think that was the same person. But solid win from Edmen Shahbazyan. Solid in the sense that he didn't take too much damage. Not solid in the sense that I continuously had to staple my eyelids open because this card was decently boring. Moving on. And I know I'm going to be... and actually, this is the fight that kind of saved the main card. This was a pretty fun fight. Cody Garbrandt, I think, gassed himself out going for too many emotes in the first round. His first round style was working really well of staying on the outside. Oh, blitzing, giving Ronnie Barcelos a lot to work with, a lot to see. A little blitz and hook combination. Now he's throwing it as an uppercut. And I know, I'm not going to give the fucking ins and outs of the elite depth of breakdown of a bantamweight fight. But let's just say Cody Garbrandt was doing his work, outstriking him mostly with the boxing in the first round. And then with emo. And I think there's a moment it looked like he dropped him, but it wasn't an official knockdown. It was a very quick moment. And Barcelos got up instantly. It was more of an off-balance thing. And Garbrandt just... That wasn't the emote, but it was some sort of random emote. And Garbrandt, I think, got a little too ahead of himself, spamming emotes, because then round 2 came. Oh, that was round 2. Round 2 came, and Barcelos was on point. What was different is Cody Garbrandt was controlling the octagon in round 1. 2 and 3, Barcelos let none of that shit happen. His old fucking gritty Brazilian hood rat meant to put my head down, walk forward. Take an uppercut, take a knee to the head. Who gives a shit? I'll eat those all day. Because at the end of the day, I'll get you against the fence. Garbrandt's movement was nowhere the same level it was when his back is against the fence, right? Can't move back no more. A lot of his movement was relying on pulls. If you think, and he does do this ducking and moving forward, but when your back's against the fence, that's all you rely to. So Barcelos would fake a takedown, get Garbrandt looking low, or fake a straight, fake something that would get Garbrandt overreactive, getting ducked down. Oh, an uppercut here. Oh, now you're expecting a duck down. Oh, now it's a straight. And that was the main weapon for rounds 2 and round 3. You'd have, and then a takedown would work when you get overactive on the strikes, right? And round 3, Garbrandt picked up on what Barcelos was doing to make Cody Garbrandt too overreactive. In the last minute, Garbrandt had a bit of success, but again, too little, too late. Also, Barcelos got a solid takedown halfway through this round, controlled his back for a good 30 seconds to a minute. But it's just Cody Garbrandt always has these flashes of brilliance, the good round 1, the good knockout here and there. But it is this consistency that we can't get. But Cody Garbrandt can work on and be the Cody Brundage of the division. He has claimed all he needs to. He has sent his service as we need as a UFC fan. He's gotten the belt. He's accomplished all he really needs to accomplish if he wants to retire now. He's doing it for the love of sport. He's still getting fun little knockouts here, or fun performance here. This was a very fun fight, and he continued to have fun fights, but it is just hard for this man to stay consistent and prove his greatness over a 3-round span, right? We look at the other fights like the Rob Font performance of the Figueiredo, where he also has flashes of good. Not really the Rob Font fight, but he is just getting dominated in the longer span of things. Moving on. This fight was, round 1 and round 2. Dude, the strikes there were scorecards for 30-27 on this fight too. 4 strikes to 11 significant strikes. Explain how that works. It doesn't, right? But literally nothing happened in the first round. So I wouldn't be shocked if the judge would woke up to one big shot, got freaked out. Malik, yeah. Then round 2 happened, or maybe he didn't even write down the score. Round 2 happened. He was like, well, I think Malik's winning. Erase the first round, put that in. Like, there's no way they were watching this fight. Round 3 happens. They just go blitz for blitz, see who wins. And for some reason, was I the only one to see the headbutt? The headbutt happens. Dominic Cruz. Yeah, I think the knee. And then Fitzgerald. It doesn't look like the knee landed. Don't know what this could be. And it's a camera angle of his head. Right into it. Cruz says, I don't know. And then I think it was the headbutt. I think we're reviewing because of the headbutt. These guys are fucking caveman. Open your eyes. Your job is to watch the sport. You gotta do your job. I'm sorry. I'm sorry you're getting paid to watch a sport and do your job. But do it. You prima donna, too focused with, I'm a little quipple. My arm swung up. I don't know. Some of the commentators were talking nonsense for after the fight. But what do I know? Get a little brawl at the start of this round. Mansur Abdul-Malik hurts him, so of course he takes away that round and the second. I think it should be 29-28, but Pretty boring fight, not proving much, but Cody Brundage is not as bad as most people think he is. He's still not the top echelon, but he's a solid, experienced opponent to get in. And I hate that I'm saying a big 2025, but the odds, the same thing. I said this before the fight. The Alonzo Menifield Oumar Sy fight, I was jumping back and forth because I know the odds in that fight, the odds on the Brundage fight, excuse me, shouldn't be that close. Same with the odds on. There's another fight. Maybe I'm fucking going on about nothing at this. Oh yeah, the Paul Craig fight, which I was right about. We'll get to that fucking goofy disaster in a sec, but moving on to Alonzo Menifield. I mean, I'm to the point where I can't talk about this many boring fights in a row. Round 1, 8 to 16 strikes. They were just leg kick for. So wait. Oh yeah, they gave 2 and 3 to Menifield, but. No, but can they? Because Steve kind of should have won this fight in hindsight. Rounds 1 and 2 should be Oumar. Then round 3 should be Menifield. Because I definitely felt Menifield was taking control over the third round. Oumar Sy would just be throwing kicks and combos in the air that were not even coming close to landing. And he's like, let me do it again. And then Alonzo Menifield was like, how about I don't be full blanket retard and just throw a jab to the body into the face and just pocket around because I'm not going to throw hooks in the air. Well, it worked because of banking one round, got him a 29-28 somehow. Round 2, Oumar Sy, they were throwing nothing, but Oumar Sy got a takedown for 30 seconds, held him against the fence, kneed his leg a couple times. Round 1 was literally nothing happening. I couldn't tell you a single thing. If I wrote notes, I would forget them looking at them. That's how boring this fight was. Fuck, Alonzo Menifield's 38. I can't even say good win for him. Hopefully Oumar Sy can bounce back and not be as bummish. Moving on, Paul Craig versus Rodolfo Bellato. Paul Craig was doing him in on the feet in this fight. Body kick after, spinning body kick after, teep to the body after, failed takedown into a knee to the body, into a, okay, threw a takedown and landed on my back. But, man, I'm still in control of this. This guy thinks he has something. Boom, up kick, even though it was illegal. And he's like, he was on one knee. Paul Craig, those aren't the rules. You try to debate the ref there. Those were not the rules. They have instant replay. See, now, what was a little funny, and this should be a DQ by all means on how the ref called it. Because if you think he's faking it, then, well, I mean, you still have to call it as a no contest. So I think this was called because Rodolfo Bellato was faking it. That's why it's a no contest. It's agreed upon. That was sketchy as fuck. You don't fall backwards. Right? Like, that's not a... Hey, come on, man. Like, you're not in the electric chair. Chill out. You need to sell it that hard. Like, fuck. If you're going to sell it that hard, throw at the ref. Do anything other than... You're not getting possessed by the exorcist, for God's sake. I don't know. He's so oversold it. Like, Aljamain did a good job. And I think Aljamain was a lot more hurt than he was. That was a flush up kick to the chin. And I think you should have definitely pulled it. And that should have been called as a DQ. But the way he sold it was so fucking far off for what it should have been. He just trolled it. I'm not counting this as a win, but I will say good win for Paul Craig. And I got that. I didn't get that pick right, but I got that pick right, if that makes sense. I'm not counting it towards my 9-3 record, but good win for Paul Craig. Moving on, Michael Chiesa, Court McGee. Again, I would rather fucking watch paint dry, count the amount of hairs I have in my ball sack, anything, but watch two geezers that don't know how to strike, but won't engage in the wrestling, throw jabs at each other's foreheads, and then accidentally cut each other in the clinch. It picked up in the third when Michael Chiesa flailed out his leg and accidentally hit him Court McGee a couple extra times. Guys, 33-12, it does look good. But then again, it just wasn't fun to watch. Good one for Michael Chiesa. The thing is, I'm fine with covering main event people who are boring as fuck because they have a future and they have a professional career to care about. Michael Chiesa has a full job doing analyst. Court McGee probably is a truck driver. They don't need to be boring it up on a really good card. Fuck, put them on the Apex where Michael Chiesa can go back to his job an hour after his fight. It did suck though, but Michael Chiesa was the clear win. I mean, if they both suck at striking, but one's a foot taller, wasn't a foot taller, but you get what I'm saying. He's the pick. Moving on to some good fucking fights. These last five were actually pretty solid. Malcolm Wellmaker. I mean, should he have had to fight Kris Moutinho? No, but I think no one else was accepting the fight on this short of a turnaround. I mean, just utter domination. As I said, his body kicks are always there. His leg kicks looked a lot better than I thought they would. And he just, once he read that Kris Moutinho was overreacting to the body strikes, fucked off on the leg kicks. He's like, nope, this finish is coming early. Body. And when Kris Moutinho was over biting to that body, boom! Nice little check left hook. And it wasn't checking the tight little short thing. He still throws his check hooks decently wide. It gets a lot of power behind them. And the whole talk was, bro, this guy's in 20. He's 31. But I think that kind of plays into, we've seen enough fucking 20-year-old bantamweights get fraud checked. I don't want to see it anymore. I think we need an established guy who hasn't rushed himself in his career to come along and just face plant a guy and walk off in his hometown, sell himself. The sky is the limit for Malcolm Wellmaker. Put him on the Chicago card. I don't know if that's cooked for me to say. Put him on the Chicago card. Get him a better name. I think it's a good turnaround. I think he needs to be on pay-per-view. Put him on the main prelim against a number 15. Not a number 15, but a guy creeping into the division. Some shit like that. A name that is on the level of a Peyton Tablet. Another star that is just fiddling around that under 15 rank. That needs one step up, one reason to get in that 15. That's who Malcolm Wellmaker deserves on the 319 prelims. Kris Moutinho got done dirty. Give him an absolute can to kind of rebuild his confidence. One more chance is all I'm asking. I feel kind of bad for him. This was a rough step in, but he did the dirty work. He accepted the fight. Give him another chance. Moving on, Jose Ochoa. I picked Cody Durden, but I will admit I'm so wrong with that pick. At least in the other ones I can cope with. This one is like, no, Cody Durden doesn't have the chin to strike with a guy like Jose Ochoa. And fuck, I said Loner Kavanaugh. You can't pick a guy because I said a lot of things that were just wrong. And I was dead wrong about this fight. But Jose Ochoa looked outstanding. And fuck, he was working Cody Durden. I love how he'd throw a head kick. Fuck it. Time to throw it. He was throwing like a tag out. Bah! Bah! Not in the cadence that a tag guy throws where he plants and then whips the switch kick up. He was throwing it in his own striking style. He threw his kicks his own way. But the way he would strike after the repetitiveness into switching into something else, the combinations he was using were very satisfying to watch. Landing some nice kicks, good strikes to the body, mixed it up beautifully. You never know what he's going to throw next, and that's what was catching Cody Durden so much. A lot of pressure. Cody Durden got him down, but Jose Ochoa worked his way back up. Very active on the bottom, going shot after shot for a submission, all that shit. Everything you want to see in the prospect, every improvement you wanted he made. First round, he was ahead, and then boom, boom. Cody Durden cracks him at the end. Doesn't knock him out, but fucking stuns him. Like, hey, bitch, I'm still here. Takes him down, controls him, but still gets a little damage on. And then Jose Ochoa is like, really? Gets his lick back. The second round, 2 starts. Fuck you. Rushes him, cracks him, hurts him early, hurts him against the fence, drops him bad, sends him out cold. The ref, I mean, he didn't have time to get in there, but shot after shot after shot. Jose Ochoa is the next thing at flyweight. Fuck it. Don't rush him too early, but beating a Cody Durden level guy, Cody Durden, he shouldn't have had to fight a Cody Durden after losing to a debuting Loner Kavanaugh. Jose Ochoa should have had to fight a lot lower level guy, and this is a very impressive win to get. Moving on though, Ricky Simón versus Cameron Smotherman. Cameron Smotherman at the end of every round was smiling and trying to play it off. Dude got 30-27. I don't know what he was. Excuse me. I don't know what he was so happy and confident about. Bro was losing. When you saw how he lost to Surrey City and he's taking this fight on 5 days' notice, you knew there's no amount of improvements he could have made to make that much of a difference because he was getting outstruck and taken down in the Surrey City fight. Has there been a situation similar to this where I could have predicted it? Oh, when Kevin Holland fought Derek Brunson into Marvin Vettori? Dar, it's almost like the same thing happened. There's not a level of takedown defense that'll boost you in a month to be able to survive a guy like Ricky Simón when you're getting out-wrestled by Surrey City. Dude just got outdone, outworked, outpaced, out-fucking-grinded, and it was a pretty clear win. Not the most exciting, but just dominance. Dominance not in a 10-8 way, but dominance in a I beat your ass way, and it's pretty clear. Smotherman probably could have taken the last round. Probably should have, actually, based on damage, landing the better shots. But Rick Simone still held his own, and was still trolling, still smiling, looking off, and Smotherman is missing. I think trying to get in his head, because Smotherman is talking to Cruz mid-fight. It's like, oh, they're booing you, Ricky Simone. His head was just not in the fight. Fuck, shut up and just fight half the time. I know a lot of these guys are so over-concerned with how they come across and how they need to talk. Fuck, think of your back is against the fence. And if I have seen another guy get his back away from the fence, fuck, I think you can do it too. If a championship level guy, like Jones, for example, is holding Reyes against the fence and he finds a way to break away from the fence. I know, we're different divisions. We're in a smaller weight class, so it's harder to make a comparison so high up. But fuck, when Merab is pinning... Like, look, the Merab-O'Malley fight. Merab was pinning him against the fence, and O'Malley was, for the first few rounds, doing a good job of isolating one arm, spinning, faking him out. Am I going to go this direction, that direction? The lateral movement he used was brilliant for the first 2 rounds. And I know he still got taken down, but there's moments of brilliance how he defended those clinch attempts, those takedown defense. Right? And you couldn't do have a single moment of idea playing in your head other than to talk to Dominic Cruz while you were losing. Especially, okay, round 1, I get it. You're down 4 minutes. You can round out that last minute. No need to overexpel energy you don't need. When it's round 2 and you're down 3 minutes, you need to finish. You're not going to bank on a big Hail Mary moment to save over the round. You're down a round in the 3/5, right? So you're now effectively have lost 2-1. You can now go for broke. You don't have to wait till the 3rd round to go for broke. You're behind. But no, you're so predisposed with fucking having a conversation with this guy. Smiling at the end of the round. Oh, that shit didn't hurt me. I'm too cool even though last round. Lock the fuck in. You're 1-2 in the UFC. You're 1 fight off of getting cut. People have got cut for doing better than you, dude. What makes you so... And I know you took this fight in short notice, so you get the Dana White privilege a bit of not getting cut right away, hopefully. And I hope you don't get cut. I think you're a decent prospect who just needs to put shit together. Has good power, has good precision. When it's there, it's just the grappling that's overwhelming sometimes. But goddamn, dude, lock in sometimes. It's hard to watch. Well, not when I picked against you. I was so happy. Like, yeah, keep talking to you. You're fucking losing. But... if I picked on you, I would have been livid. But I picked Angelusa, but the cardio couldn't hold up. This was very fun fight. Phil Rowe doesn't get a bonus. I called him an idiot, and I feel bad now because fuck, he locked in. That was a very entertaining fight. Angelusa gets the takedown, not doing too much in the top positions from round 1, and I mean, actually, he was. Looking at the stats, he was just outdoing kind of Phil Rowe, even on the feet at the start. Touching him up. Round 2 happens. The pace is slowing down. With the first 3 minutes, we're kind of both of them coasting, not doing much. And then Phil Rowe is like, fuck. He had the urgency that the other fucking moron that I was just talking about didn't. Okay, 3 rounds down, and I was kind of coasting. Now I'm going to pick it up. He threw a knee. He threw a nice hook. He was getting Angelusa on the back foot. And what did Angelusa get when he was starting to get overwhelmed? Boom! Throws a big hook. Hurts Phil Rowe. Overwhelms him, and instead of going for the finish, which maybe he should have in hindsight, he starts to rejuvenate his energy, just sits there, which might have been the smart move for how gassed he was in the 3rd. But now in hindsight, no, it wasn't. But in the moment, maybe, right? So we have that contrast there. But Angelusa takes round 1 and round 2. All we need is to ride out in round 3, right? No, just get a takedown, and he gets 2 of them. But Phil Rowe, the heart he fucking shows to get up, and he isn't Cameron Smotherman like, I'm going to time this really good. Check hook when you come in a minute. Just wait for it. No, Phil Rowe is like, fuck it. I'm down around. I got urgency. Press forward. Uppercut. Hook. And Juice is running. Teep. You no time to think in between that shit, is it? Boom. Big straight. Oh, big knee again. And he pushed him. He's breaking him. He's dropped him. He's back on his feet. Angelusa is broken. They get in the clinch. Boom. His face. His hand. It's like Don Fryer. Some Dan Severn. Back in the UFC 7 type shit. Hand against the neck. Boo! Crumble Angelusa to the ground. It was such a... And I was a little salty because I picked Angelusa. But once I disconnected that, I was like, that was a fucking fight and a half. That was amazing. I mean, the 3rd round, standing ovation kind of shit. But doesn't get a bonus. Is on the early prelims. Kind of will be forgotten about. But that was a really good finish by Phil Rowe. I don't think it should be forgotten. Moving on, Jamey-Lyn Horth just beat the piss out of Vanessa Demopoulos. Vanessa Demopoulos held nothing to what Jamey-Lyn did. I mean, she got a little desperate in round 3 and round 2 at the end of both to try to sell it back. But then Jamey-Lyn was like, okay, I'll just pull back even more because you're just swinging like a caveman. Pull back. Oh, counter you. Pull back. Trip you on your own fucking head and dominate you. It was just pure domination. And I mean, she was minus 600. The big favorite that actually deserved it tonight. Ricky Simone and Jamey-Lyn, and I think Ricky Simone was a bigger favorite going into it, but Jamey-Lyn deserved it. Ricky Simone deserved it. Malcolm Wellmaker deserved it. Paul Craig, Rodolfo Bellato, no. Alonzo Menifield, no. Mansur, no. Even Buckley, no. But that's not really fair because that was a really good fight and back and forth in moments, right? The 9-3 on the card. Right, wrong, right, wrong, right, right, right. Sorry, right doesn't count. Wrong, right, 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 right. Unk still has it. Shout out to Usman for pulling it through. Man, it feels good. Feels good to be a Usman supporter right now. Yeah, I will pretend. I'm totally going to act like I wasn't rooting for Leon and Usman. I could hop on the bandwagon because there ain't no history of me saying that shit. Feels good, though. But thanks for watching. Peace out.